Yes.
Keep commenting on him. He will be more motivated.
Yes, definitely. सही बात है.
Rather, each one of us should do that so that everybody is.
मतलब हमारा जो ग्रुप है वो इसी के लिए है. We should get inspired with the success stories and get motivated and do the things.
Yes.
We are here to grow.
I think you have to talk about volatility also today, because there will be some new people who are joining today. There will be definitely many new people joining. So maybe you can talk on that also.
You are there, you can talk whatever has to be done.
I will be there, definitely. But when it comes from your that is different.
We will be launching asset allocation game next month. That is the new thing. Wherein there is no fundamental, no technicals.
Oh, great.
So it will be like very, very simple so that any investor can actually understand.
Great.
So friends, very, very good afternoon, rather good evening also. So this is the 12th episode of our Scale Up Skills and Learning session, which is a 21-week journey for professional evolution. Just taking you as a recap. The session started with Ramdev Agarwal ji, S. Naren, Anil Singhvi, Navneet Munot, and Manish and Mahesh Patil, and which was a mega start for all of us to give a good beginning to the whole program. And business line partnering. I am continuously in touch with the business line people from their Kolkata office. They are also very, very happy, and I'm sure they will come out with a very, very good write-up and everything for the episodes. And they have really appreciated. In one of the session, one of their officers, editors was also there. And we look forward to have them in the coming sessions also. And Radha Krishna Pillai, again, he has been very, very kind, and he has given full support to the Volatility Coach tribe. Anytime, anything, whatever is required, he is there for us to be there at our side. Same with Professor Dr. Ajay Pathak from IBS School, and our coaches and our friends are sharing their strength on a continuous basis. Learning from Bollywood, Amit Bhai again with us as always, and Mahesh ji, Devendra ji, and rest of the people along with Saurav also shared their strengths. Dr. Himanshu, again, continuously he has been mentoring us, and a technical session on intellectual property was much appreciated by everyone. Sixth session was very, very special, wherein I think we should have had Devesh in this particular session. But anyway, look forward to have Devesh today.
Thank you.
And then the technical, the fundamental session. And then during the Navratri with all our women financial advisors, or mutual fund distributor to be very precise. And this was on niche marketing. So we are just identifying each and every topic one by one week, and we are trying to work on that. And this was again a very, very well taken session. The participations number was very, very good, because Abhinesh ji shared actually MFD and RIA, the actual requirement, and why we need not worry about whatever is happening. Things will be good and things will be rather wonderful for all of us. And the last week was about youth and about children planning. And two of our volatility coaches, Dr. Celso, who has he's mentoring and he is conducting program for thousands of students in Goa. And Devesh, who has written a book also, and he is doing quite a number of programs as far as children education and planning for child is there. So this was again a very, very important session, which is something which we all are doing. So let's have a little recap of this session.
This in mind, we found that there was a very, very big problem that is coming up in Goa, because the number of graduates being produced are very high.
So my question to you is that
what is the aha moment for your clients? आप क्या वो कर सकते हो जो आपके clients आपके साथ 10 साल, 5 साल, 10 साल, 15 साल टिके रहेंगे आपके साथ, जिसकी वजह से you will be having a longer sticky area.
So here we come in with today's session, which is again the speciality about today's session is that all our 6 speakers, they are into mutual fund distribution, yes, but they are also into stock broking. Not only there are many of them. So today the idea of having them here is again talk about retirement planning, talk about long-term planning, along with that how they are actually managing their stock broking and how is it helping them, what is the collaboration or what is the mechanism they are using, and how this is actually working for them and how they are helping their clients in the process of wealth creation. So all of them are also having their stock broking terminals and also doing mutual fund distribution work extensively well and in a very planned manner so that the long-term wealth creation is intact. So really looking forward to all the sessions, and we will start the session with Shrikanth Matrubai, who is going to talk about retirement planning. He is also an author of the best-selling book, which is again Don't Retire Rich, which is again a topic wherein there is an NLP in that, which he is going to talk about. And then we will have Sagar, who is going to talk about something very interesting today about the animals. We all know about bull and the bear, but today he is going to talk about more than that. There are more animals as far as stock markets are concerned. So today let's understand from him how it is and what it is. And then Devesh is going to talk about wealth creation, the strategies, and Naresh is going to talk about how to actually you can manage your risk. Okay, so when you are doing wealth creation, there will be risk and how you can manage that. That is something which is there. And finally, our technical wizards, Harish from Mumbai and Yash from Calcutta, both of them will be talking about how technical analysis and what are certain things which we all can use in our day-to-day understanding of technicals. So it is going to be a full-packed session with a lot of content, a lot of knowledge, probably not have been shared, or maybe if it is also shared, maybe we have not taken that very seriously. So today is a good opportunity for all of us to understand and learn from each other, and then you can have your questions. And while they are speaking, we will be having everyone mute. And other than that, we can just have questions and we can put into chat box. So really looking forward to all the speakers. So let's start with Shrikanth Matrubai.
Yeah, so namaste, happy evening, and thank you, Kanak bhai. That's thank you very much for the opportunity given. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, great. So yeah, let me start with the screen, and yeah, as before going forward, let me introduce myself. So I'm the author of Amazon bestseller Don't Retire Rich. So I have been in stock market since 1991. So I may look young, but I'm not Buddha. Okay. So I'm not old also. So it's just that I started at very young age, and I have been through all kinds of market. 92, I was in the bull market and bear market. 1992, 2000, 2007, 2008. Amazing journey. And what I found in that is stock market is the best way to make money. There is no other route. So, of course, the best option is to do your own business, but there is a limit to how much you can do in your business. So you need to, of course, diversify and all those things. And stock market is a way to go about it. So let's understand how. So of course, first understand why we should not retire rich. So when you go to any seminar, you read the newspaper, you find that आप हमारा seminar में आ जाओ, you will become rich. You come to our session, you will become rich. You do this course, you will become rich. But no seminar, no session will tell you become wealthy. Which means there is a difference between rich and wealthy. Rich होने में बहुत आसान है. You can become rich very easily. but at the same time, it also means that you can become poor very easily. But becoming wealthy is a long journey. It will take its own sweet time. But once you become wealthy, it's all you stay there. 99.9% people who are wealthy stay wealthy, right? So I always tell ke mujhe, when people ask me ke when I want to retire, how much I should have. So I tell them, take this example of, say, when you go to an archery class. When you go to archery class, जो coach होता है ना, the coach, the first thing he tells is, don't eat the bullseye. He tells, don't eat the bullseye, eat above the bullseye. You know why? Because when you eat above the bullseye, जो gravitational force है, वो that खींचेगा वो arrow को, that will pull down the arrow, and by this you will eat the bullseye. And it's always better to have more rather than less. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि I am okay with retiring 2 crores, 3 crores, why not go for 5 crores? Why not go for 10 crores? Better to have more rather than less. So even in the stock market, when you have, say, got a, say, target, it's okay. You can sell at a lesser price, but wait, if everyone is buying, let them buy. So even if your target is, say, Reliance 2100, but if everyone is buying, there is still buy calls. Wait, you can put a, what you call, stop loss, which you can keep on upping the stop loss. See, when you feel hungry, when you go for a lunch, okay, तो आप 400 रुपया का बफे में जाएंगे, तो then you feel नहीं, आज उतना खर्चा नहीं करेंगे, let me save, okay, थोड़ा पैसा बचाएंगे. So then you go for then you look at another hotel, वहाँ 200 रुपया है, तो you thought, हाँ, वहाँ जाएंगे, मुझे 200 रुपया बच जाएगा. Then you see that there is another hotel which is giving at 99 rupees. Then you see that 100 रुपया बच जाएगा. Then you see, नहीं, 99 भी नहीं, आज मुझे उतना भूख भी नहीं है, let me go for a limited lunch which is at 50 rupees. And when you are about to give that 50 rupees note, आप देखेंगे कि सामने एक रोड में गाड़ी में लंच दे रहा है 25 रुपया में. So you go and purchase that, which means you have to spend something, right? It can't become zero. So if it is zero, either you get hungry or someone has to donate that, right? So even in the stock market, don't wait for the stock to keep on falling. Okay, don't wait the stock to keep on falling. You can't purchase at the lowest rate. You just cannot. Instead of that, कि ये देखो कि what is, see, another thing which is कि people tell, let me buy a cheaper stock, let me buy a cheaper stock. So when I tell them कि why don't you buy Page Industry, they will tell नहीं, वो तो 20,000 रुपया है. But they are ready to buy a dollar industry that 130, 140. So when I ask them why dollar, they will tell 130 rupees है, मैं 1000 share ले लूंगा. So instead of buying 1000 share of dollar, why don't you buy 50 shares of Page Industries? Look at that company which gives you more returns percentage wise. So when I tell people to buy MRF, they will tell, nahi, 70,000 I will buy CET. No, you don't buy CET, 1000 rupees ka CET. Even if you, instead of buying 100 shares, buy MRF 15 shares. These some companies like, say, Page Industries, MRF, HDFC, whenever you look, you feel that it is expensive. You feel it is costly. But they are costly for a reason. And they will stay costly. They will stay expensive. So some companies you will never find cheap. If you find cheap, it will be a once in a lifetime era like a corona which comes. And at that time, you will not be confident enough to buy. So please understand that you cannot buy a good company at a cheaper rate. You cannot wait for that. It's a rare case. It's a very lucky thing to happen. And it normally 99% it doesn't happen. So stick to quality companies and then you can definitely make money. So AU small finance. When I tell people AU small finance, they will tell, instead I will buy in the same bank. You need to understand, 44 crores ka capital mein, if that company is able to make 300 crores of profit in one quarter, so is it not cheap? Is 900 rupees not cheap? Definitely it is cheap. So you have to look at all the fundamentals. You have to look at ke company ka capital kitna hai, company consistent hai kya, is it consistent? Has it been making money even in bad times? Who is holding the stock? FIs are holding, insurance are holding, how much is it public? So whenever you are buying, make sure that you are buying quality stocks. And when you are buying quality stocks, definitely you can actually retire with those companies. So if you buy not good quality, if you want cheaper one, then you will have to keep an eagle's eye on that, and पता नहीं कि एक दिन कैसे होगा. So this photo, if you see, these the birds that are all there. Okay, so these are all sirens, and the person who has been tied on the mast, then the pole, is Ulysses. So this is the Greek ka mythology hai. So the all the sirens are telling ke तुम्हारा you don't have strength to go and fight with our king. Why are you coming to our kingdom? Go back, go back, go back. So what this Ulysses did, what he did was, all his boatmen, he covered their ears. आप देख सकते हैं उनका कान बंद है. He covered his ears and he knew that he may also go wrong, so he tied himself. So like this, you make sure you don't listen to these TV experts. अगर टीवी में जो आता है ना 15 साल से, if you are such an expert, you would have become a multi-millionaire now. But still every day आता है, बोलता है कि मैं बोलता हूँ जो multi-bagger होगा. Has he made money? Has he become a multi-millionaire? So you just listen to him and leave it. Instead of that, you do your own research. Okay. And if you feel, nahi, I will listen to him just for gyan, but I will not act, then you have to be like Ulysses, tie yourself. Just listen to him. Just take that opinion. Dekho, then you will do your own analysis. Always your own analysis is always the best. And there is a method. Okay, there is a method to analyzing a stock. It's always best to listen to experts. Listen to real experts. Like हमारा जो नरेश जी है, देवेश जी है, even our Sagar Panchal है या यश डुगार, they are amazing. Amazing है. You listen to those people, and when they give the tick mark, yes, then you can buy. If they give the tick mark to sell, yes, then you can sell. Otherwise, you be like this. Just listen to them, but don't act. Just say, हाँ ठीक है, शायद तुम बराबर हो, but I will hold on this HDFC में. ठीक है? Okay, so go through this. Okay, so I want to answer in this chat box. Who is this fourth person? Kanakji, I think you will have to help me on this because I can't see the chat box. So who is this fourth person? Can someone type in the chat box? ये चौथा आदमी कौन है? No, it's not me. I don't want the motivational, inspirational answer. I want the real answer. So normally people tell ke Elon Musk hai. Yeah, so someone is typing Elon Musk. Yeah. Can I get another 2-3 names? So Tesla, Jack Ma. Okay. Nahin. So, sorry. I went to the next slide, right? Okay. So the fourth person is Arnold Bernard. Okay. Arnold Bernard. Now, why that person I have taken out as a question mark is, all these are all the 10 richest person in the world. Okay. ये जो 9 people है, these are all people who were not rich when they were born. You may be surprised, even Mukesh Ambani was not rich when he was born. His father was still, he was still the petrol attendant in Yemen at that time. Okay. So they were not rich, which means only the fourth person, the Arnold Bernard, he is the richest person who had a richness from generations. Which means if these people can become rich, you and I can become rich. You and I can become multi-millionaires. You and I can come there. We can definitely come there. So how we can come there? When we follow these people's principle. And आप देखेंगे, so everyone has got one common factor in them. And what is that common factor? Passion. Passion. Okay. So we need to have that passion. And that passion could be anything. Maybe my passion is always invent new thing. My passion is to keep problems, solving people's problem. Or my passion could be ensuring that I follow only fundamentally strong companies. I invest only in those set of companies. If you are doing this, then you will definitely find your name here. Maybe not on the world list, at least on the India list, at least in your city. आपका सिटी में, आपका गांव में तो नाम आ जाएगा. आप कोशिश तो करो. And I am sure you will come to that. You just need to follow some basics and you stick to the discipline, and definitely you will be there. Okay? So I normally love this slide, and I always tell कि हम जो होते हैं वो पेंसिल जैसे होते हैं. So when we have this pencil, तो यहाँ जो इरेजर होता है, when we make a mistake, we turn around the pencil and erase the mistake. Okay, so this pencil is ourselves, and जो इरेजर है ना, ये हमारा पेरेंट्स है. So whenever we make the mistake, the parents are there and they ensure that we don't make the mistake. But हमारा सामने हमारा पेरेंट्स गुजर जाते हैं, some they will not be there, and जब पेंसिल से मिस्टेक होता है, we need to get some other person to help us erase the mistake. Now the person who comes should be the right person. नहीं तो क्या होता है, when you do that eraser, उसे जब eraser लेके आता है ना, अगर eraser wrong है, बराबर नहीं है, तो that entire page will look fault, isn't it? The page itself will look really bad. Exactly the same way, when you are choosing mentors, when you are choosing to listen to किसका मैं सुन रहा हूँ, then you have to be with the right person. So if you are listening to the day trading expert, good, you become a good day trader. But when you are listening to ये fundamentally strong shares बताता है, you will become like that. So you need to understand कि मैं क्या बनना है मुझे. Do I need to become a rich person? Do I become a wealthy person? And if you have become a wealthy person, then you have to stay with the persons who have got that kind of mindset and that kind of discipline. And now this is Aditya Puri. We just retired around 2 months back, right? तो आप देखेंगे उसका सैलरी 8,54,000 था per annum. Okay, and this is from the annual report from HDFC. So in 2020, his salary was 13 crores. That is around 1.1 crore per month. Okay, 1 crore plus per month. But where did he make his money? Not in the salary. You look at that one line downstairs. It's in the ESOPs, 960 crores. So when you do salary, when you are earning, when you are working for a company, the company makes more money. Always the management makes more money. The owner makes more money. Never the salaried person. So with the salary, you can become rich. You can retire rich. But I don't want you to retire rich. You should retire wealthy. And to become retire wealthy, you should invest in equities. So follow Aditya Puri and make sure that you definitely retire wealthy, not just with this one. And this is a graph of actually Roger Federer. Okay, so Roger Federer, when he reduced this unforced error is a fault hota hai na. Tennis mein there is one error called unforced error. Okay, so in that unforced error, he reduced his error from 51% to 49%, just 2%. Just because of the 2% difference, look at this ranking. From below 100, it went up to, it came to top 10 within 2 years. Exactly the same way it happens with your returns. Instead of getting 10-12% return, if you are getting 16% return, instead of retiring with crorepati, you will retire with arabpati. Crorepati ka zamana gaya. Crorepati is gone now. Everyone is a crorepati now. 15 साल 20 साल के बाद लखपति का, people were having target of becoming lakpati. Now if you tell I want to become lakpati, people will laugh. Same thing in 5 years time, people will tell I want to become crorepati, people will laugh. Crorepati तो मेरा manager भी हो रहा है, तुम क्या पढ़ा है, right? So your target should be to become arabpati. And if you want to become arabpati, ensure that you get good CAGR. You should get good compounding return, not just normally जो होता है ना 8, 10, 12%. ठीक है, that's okay. We need to get that in terms of normal smaller market when they are not good. But when you are looking for real long term, we should have this kind of return. And that kind of return you can get only when you are sticking to good quality companies and you are disciplined enough, right? Of course, we are all MFDs, so I always tell my clients कि आप just journey enjoy करो. Okay, I will make sure कि आपका गाड़ी बराबर जगह में है, बराबर का ड्राइवर बैठा है, and अगर ड्राइवर बराबर नहीं तो मिस करके दूसरा ड्राइवर को डाल दूंगा. And मैं जागता रहूंगा. I will make sure that you are on the right track of journey. So this kind of picture you can give to a client, and that can come when you are disciplined. So first, of course, make yourself disciplined, and then, of course, automatically that will show. And this is thank you for one of the trainers who said that my book is on par with Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he wanted his followers to read my book. And I would like to have your blessings on my book, and I want you also to please consider purchasing my book and blessing me with your art. Thank you very much, Kanakji, and I'm ready to take any questions if it is there, or it's off now to the next speaker. So, did I take the right time, or did I exceed my time?
Fantastic, amazing session, and I think little is more, and that is proved with such a short time. You have, well, it was like beyond words, and I enjoyed certain things which was really new. Although we all are interacting almost every day, but still there is something new. So if you have some questions, maybe we can have 2 questions, and then we will just follow the next speaker. Okay, otherwise, anyway, Shrikanth is there. Maybe at the end, when we're giving a certificate to all of them, that time all of you can just have a chit chat. So moving on to our next speaker now. He is Sagar Panchal. And so Sagar is going to talk about something very interesting today. And he is not having PT, but his own office,
Yes.
his presentation board. Over to you, Sagar.
थैंक यू सो मच. गुड इवनिंग ऑल ऑफ यू. नमस्कार. मैं आशा रखता हूं कि इस संकट समय की घड़ी में आप सब और आपके फैमिली मेंबर्स सब अच्छे होंगे, सब स्वस्थ होंगे. आई वेलकम यू ऑल टू दिस 21 वीक जर्नी फॉर स्किल डेवलपमेंट के लिए बहुत ही बढ़िया ये एक साहस किया है कनक जी ने. हम लोग ने आज तक काफी सारे एएमसी ड्रिवन प्रोग्राम्स किए होंगे जहाँ पे बाहर से ट्रेनर्स आते हैं, हमको सब सिखाते हैं. लेकिन दिस प्रोग्राम ये हमारे लिए यूनिक इसके लिए है क्योंकि ये हम में से ही एक कनक जी जो हमारे जैसे ही एक एमएफटी है और उन्होंने एक इनिशिएटिव लिया हुआ है और जॉइंट इनिशिएटिव बाय अ लॉट ऑफ एसोसिएशंस एज वेल. तो ये हमारे जैसे एक आदमी ने एक इनिशिएटिव लेके हम से मतलब मैं भी एक आप ही के जैसा एक एमएफडी हूँ और ये अच्छा इनिशिएटिव लेके हमको एक प्लेटफॉर्म दिया गया है. सो आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक बिजनेस लाइन, तत्व टॉक्स, एसएसएल एकेडमी ऑफ कनक जी जो इन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छा बहुत ही वंडरफुल प्लेटफॉर्म हमको दिया है जहाँ पे हम लोग ने आज तक जो भी सक्सेस अचीव किया है उसमें से कुछ ना कुछ शेयर कर सकते हैं और नॉलेज शेयरिंग से ही बढ़ती है. तो बेस्ट चीज वही है जो हम लोग नॉलेज शेयर कर सके. सो मैं स्क्रीन शेयरिंग करके आपको जो मेरा आज का टॉपिक है उसके लिए आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा. पीपीटी हाँ शेयर F5 कर दिया. फंक्शन F5 फंक्शन करने F5. सो मेरा आज का टॉपिक है विच ट्रेडिंग एनिमल आर यू कर. सो जैसे कनक जी ने बताया कि हम लोग मेजोरिटी 2 ही एनिमल्स को जानते हैं जो स्टॉक मार्केट के अंदर है. हम लोग एक ही सेकंड
इसको फुल स्क्रीन कर सकते हैं.
हाँ जी श्योर वही करने ट्राई कर रहा हूँ. इज इट नाउ विजिबल? अभी विजिबल है? ओके ओके. सो जैसे कनक जी ने आगे बताया था और हम भी इसको एग्री करेंगे कि मोस्ट प्रोबेबली हम लोग जो भी एनिमल्स को जानते हैं केवल 2 ही पॉपुलर एनिमल्स है जो मेरे लोगों में भी है. केवल एक बुल है और एक बैर है, राइट. सो इसके अलावा मैंने जो एक किताब पढ़ी थी, मैंने इंटरनेट के ऊपर आर्टिकल्स पढ़े थे, उसके अंदर तो काफी सारे एनिमल्स आते हैं. लेकिन आज मैंने उनमें से जो मुझे 10 सबसे अच्छे एनिमल्स लगे हैं, एनिमल्स है जो फार्म एनिमल्स है, कुछ फिशेस है जिसके सबसे यूनिक स्पेशलिटीज है, उनको मैं आज आपके और मैं लेके आ रहा हूँ. सो फर्स्ट जो सभी का चहिता दुलारा और हम सबको भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है वो है बुल. सो बुल के लिए हमेशा वो बाइंग सीजन रहता है, उसके लिए हर एक दिन ग्रीन ही रहता है. बुल जैसे अमिताभ बच्चन है स्टॉक मार्केट का, वैसे एक अमिताभ बच्चन है कि उसको इंट्रोडक्शन की जरूरत नहीं है, राइट. बुल जो ये ऐसे ट्रेडर्स और इन्वेस्टर्स रहते हैं जो स्टॉक प्राइसेस को, इकोनॉमी को, मार्केट को ऊपर रखने में और ऊपर ले जाने में काफी हेल्प करते हैं. सो बुल एक तेजी के लिए बहुत ही जरूरी चीज है और वो बहुत ही एग्रेसिव, बहुत ही बढ़िया एनिमल है जो हम सभी के अंदर है, राइट। तो नेक्स्ट, जो सभी को शायद दुश्मन जैसा लगेगा और सभी के मुंह पे कोरोना के टाइम के अंदर, मार्च के अंदर सबके मुंह पे इनका ही नाम था और इनके लिए बेस्ट और फेवरेट कलर रहता है रेड। ये रेड ही एक ऐसा कलर है जो उनकी लाइफ के लिए कलर रहता है। और एक चीज बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है, ये दोनों ही इक्वली मार्केट के अंदर रहते हैं और आप हैरान होंगे, अगर एक बुल को रुपए बनाने हैं, अगर उसको वेल्थ क्रिएट करनी है तो उसको काफी लंबा टाइम लगता है। बुल टेक्स अ लॉन्ग, मतलब सिंपल सी चीज समझिए कि 2008 का जो करेक्शन था वो 60% था, नियरली 60% हाई से 21,000 से 8,000 बाजार आया था, उसके लिए 1.5 साल लगा था और वो 8,000 से फिर से 21,000 आने में 4-5 साल लगे थे। सिमिलरली यहाँ पे अभी के कोरोना के टाइम के अंदर बाजार तकरीबन 40% गिरे थे। सो बेयर टाइम के अंदर हम लोग गिरेंगे, मोस्ट फ्यूरियस क्रैश था और इतनी तेजी से आज तक बाजार गिरे ऐसा हिस्ट्री में नहीं हुआ था। तो वो केवल 1 महीने के अंदर अंदर 40% बाजार टूटा था और उसकी बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से बुल्स ने रिकवरी भी दी है। लेकिन जो 1 महीने में गिरा था, उसी रिकवरी को उसी लेवल पे आते आते हम लोग को 6 से 8 महीने लग गए, राइट। सो बेयर जो है, वो लोग जो प्रॉफिट्स बनाते हैं वो काफी तेजी से बनाते हैं। और बेयर जो रहते हैं, जैसे हम लोग ने अभी स्कैम की सीरीज में भी पढ़ा, आपने सुना होगा कि बेयर पंजा मारते हैं, मार्केट नीचे लेके आते हैं, तो वो बहुत तेजी से लेके आते हैं। सो बुल और बेयर, इसके बाद हम आगे बढ़ते हैं और हम लोग आते हैं हेयर पे। सो अभी से आपको जो भी एनिमल्स मैं बताऊंगा वो दोनों दोनों जोड़ी जोड़ी रहेंगे, मतलब बुल और बेयर की जोड़ी हो गई। वैसे हेयर है, हेयर के बाद में आपको और एक उसका साथीदार बताऊंगा। और ये आपको कनेक्टिविटी भी दिखेगी कि हम लोग ने जैसे बचपन से कहानी सुनी है कि हेयर एंड द टॉर्टोइज। सो पहला है हेयर। हेयर एक ऐसा ट्रेडर है, हेयर एक ऐसा ट्रेडर है जो केवल शॉर्ट टर्म पोजीशंस लेता है। उसको रात को कोई भी पोजीशन घर पे लेके नहीं जानी है। वो इंट्राडे ट्रेडर्स रहते हैं जो छोटा सा नुकसान करके, बड़ा सा नुकसान करके, प्रॉफिट करके निकल जाएंगे। उनको केवल ट्रेडिंग करनी है, उनको एक फ्लो में रहना है। मार्केट गिर रहा है तो शॉर्ट करके प्रॉफिट बनाना है, मार्केट बढ़ रहा है तो तेजी करके प्रॉफिट बनाना है। उनको केवल उनके प्रॉफिट और लॉस से मतलब है, उनको ओवरनाइट ज्यादा पोजीशन लेके जानी नहीं होती है। सो ऐसे जो ट्रेडर्स रहते हैं उनको हम हेयर कहेंगे या फिर रैबिट कहेंगे, राइट। जो तेजी में इन्वेस्टमेंट वो करेंगे, तेजी में विश्वास रखते हैं, क्विकली उनको मिल जाना चाहिए, राइट, जो हम लोग स्टोरी में भी देखते थे। नेक्स्ट है द टॉर्टोइज। स्टोरी में जैसे हमने बात की कि द हेयर एंड द टॉर्टोइज। सो टॉर्टोइज में हम लोग ने सीखा था कि वो आखिर में रेस जीतते हैं, स्लो एंड स्टडी विंस द रेस। सो यही एक कहानी है, यही एक सेंटेंस है जो पूरी कहानी का सार है। हम लोग ने आज तक काफी इन्वेस्टर्स देखे होंगे जो स्लो एंड स्टेडी वेल्दी हुए हैं, लेकिन आप अगर अपने आड़ोस पड़ोस में कहीं भी आप जाके इंक्वायरी करेंगे तो आपको आज तक कोई हेयर बहुत सारे देखने नहीं मिले होंगे। ट्रेडर्स रहेंगे लेकिन इंट्राडे करके छोटी छोटी पोजीशंस बना के एक ही दिन में निकल के बहुत ही वेल्दी हो गया हो, वैसा आज तक मेरे यहाँ पल्ले तो नहीं पड़ा है आज तक। सो टॉर्टोइज एक ऐसा एनिमल है जो प्योरली लॉन्ग टर्म में विश्वास करता है, जो बहुत ही कम ट्रेड्स लेता है, जो ट्रेड लेता है वो बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ लेता है और एकदम एक्सट्रीमली लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए ही जाना जाता है। सो काफी सारे टॉर्टोइज और टर्टल आपके आजू बाजू भी आपको दिखेंगे। नेक्स्ट है अगेन अ पेयर ऑफ पिग एंड कॉक। सो पिग है, इसके लिए एक ही इंग्लिश में कहावत मैंने पढ़ी हुई है, द पिग्स आर टू गेट स्लॉटर्ड। उसको केवल विदेशी देशों में पिग्स को खाया जाता है। सो ये पिग्स बने ही इसके लिए जाते हैं। सो इसकी जो टैगलाइन है वो है, उनको खेलना बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है, दे लव टू प्ले बट दे आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ द रूल्स। उनको रूल्स कुछ पता नहीं रहता है। ये एक ऐसे सेट ऑफ ट्रेडर्स है, उनके अंदर लॉस करने के लिए जितने भी गुण चाहिए, लॉसेस करने के लिए जितने भी गुण चाहिए, जितनी नेगेटिविटी चाहिए, वो सब है इनके पास, सब। मतलब ये बहुत ही इम्पेशेंट रहते हैं, ये लोग एकदम हैफेजार्ड रिस्क ले लेते हैं, ये लोग बहुत ही ग्रीडी रहते हैं, बहुत ही इमोशनल रहते हैं। तो ये सिर्फ सब चीजें हमको नहीं चाहिए अगर हमको अच्छा सा सक्सेसफुल ट्रेडर, इन्वेस्टर या वेल्दी बनना है। और ये पिग्स जो रहते हैं वो ऐसे है, इनके पास सभी अवगुण रहते हैं, राइट। सो पिग आर द बिगेस्ट लूजर्स इन द मार्केट, जो ये कभी भी हमारे आइडल नहीं बन सकते हैं। इसके बाद है द चिकन, द कॉक जो बोलते हैं। सो ये सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स है जो बहुत ही वरीड रहते हैं, उनको चिंता, जो उनको चिंतामणि बोल सकते हो या चिंताराम बोल सकते हो, राइट। उनको केवल चिंता ही रहती है कि मार्केट में क्या हो रहा है, बहुत मंदी है, ये है, वो है। तो इसके हिसाब से ये लोग कभी भी स्टॉक मार्केट में आ ही नहीं पाते। स्टॉक मार्केट डायरेक्टली या इनडायरेक्टली, म्यूचुअल फंड के थ्रू या म्यूचुअल फंड के बिना, डायरेक्ट इक्विटी, ये कभी भी मार्केट के अंदर आ ही नहीं पाते। ये लोग ऐसे कंजर्वेटिव सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स रहते हैं जो केवल गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स में, सिक्योरिटीज में, एफडीज में ऐसे ही इसके अंदर इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं, राइट। सो ये भी एक जोड़ी है, ये दोनों फार्म एनिमल्स है, पिग और चिकन, राइट, ये दोनों फार्म एनिमल्स है। सो नेक्स्ट मैं लेना चाहूंगा शिप, जो भेड़ हम बोलते हैं। भेड़ के लिए हम सब जानते हैं, हम सब गाड़ी लेके हाईवे पे भी निकलते हैं, कहीं भी भेड़ को देखते हैं तो हम देखते हैं कि वो झुंड में चलते ही जाते हैं, चलते ही जाते हैं। किसी को पता ही नहीं होता है कहाँ जा रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं, लेकिन झुंड के अंदर चलते जाते हैं, चलते जाते हैं। सो वंस अ फॉलोअर ऑलवेज अ फॉलोअर। और ये सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स है जिनको उसके पड़ोस वाले ने अगर एसआईपी किया तो उसको भी एसआईपी करना है। क्यों करना है, कौन से गोल के लिए करना है, कितने समय के लिए करना है, कितनी अमाउंट का करना है, वो मायने नहीं रखता है। उसने 5,000 का एसआईपी किया, मुझे भी 5,000 का एसआईपी करना है। ये मारुति का गाड़ी लेके आया तो मैं भी मारुति का गाड़ी लेके आऊंगा। ये सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स है जो केवल देखा देखी में एक के पीछे एक जाते ही जाते, जाते ही जाते। और ये जो शिप रहती है वो ऑलमोस्ट तेजी के अंत के अंदर, मार्केट जब पीक आउट होने की तैयारी होती है, लास्ट 2-4 महीने रहते हैं तेजी के, तभी वो मार्केट में आते हैं और पैसा भर भर के लेके आते हैं। मुझे भी इन्वेस्ट करना है, मेरा भी ले लो, मेरा भी ले लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो। और जब ये जैसे मार्च के अंदर करेक्शन आया था, तब सब आके माल बेच रहे थे, म्यूचुअल फंड में से पैसा रिडीम कर रहे हैं कि और मार्केट नीचे जाएगा, और मार्केट नीचे जाएगा। ऐसे समय के अंदर पैसा निकालने के लिए भी सबके साथ साथ पहले ये आके बैठ जाते हैं, राइट। सो भेड़ है, जो भेड़ की चाल है, एक के पीछे एक के पीछे एक आते ही जाते हैं, जाते ही जाते हैं। नेक्स्ट है वुल्फ, ये टोटली डिफरेंट है, टोटली भेड़ से ऑपोजिट है। ये हमेशा, जैसे हमारे गुजराती में एक कहावत भी है, लुच्चू शियाड़। हम लोग ने जब भी बचपन में स्टोरी सुनी है उसके अंदर यही सुना हुआ है कि जो द कनिंग मोस्ट एनिमल है वो फॉक्स है, राइट। सो वुल्फ है, फॉक्स है, वो हमेशा भेड़ को ऑब्जर्व करता है, भेड़ को देखता है कि भाई भेड़ आया है बाजार में, सब अभी बोल रहे हैं कि भाई 2017 के अंदर स्मॉल कैप फंड्स ही लेने हैं, अभी आया है कि भाई सब माल बेच डालो। तो उसके फ्लो के अंदर जो हो रहा है वो फ्लो के ऑपोजिट रह के उसकी पोजीशन बनाता है। जब मार्केट में ऐसे भेड़ की चाल चलने लगती है तब वो मार्केट से प्रॉफिट बुक करता है, एग्जिट करता है। और जब बहुत ही मंदी आती है और लगता है कि भाई ये सही समय नहीं है रुपए उठाने का, निकालने का, और जब भेड़ पैसे निकाल रहे होते हैं, तब ये वुल्फ, जो अपनी मोस्ट कनिंग एनिमल कहा जाता है, वो आता है मार्केट में और वो अपनी बाई की पोजीशन बनाता है। सो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली जो हर्ड मेंटालिटी है, वो हर्ड मेंटालिटी के अंदर से ऑपोजिट साइड रह के ये वुल्फ बहुत ही बढ़िया अपने को रहता है। अगर हम वुल्फ को फॉलो करते हैं तो वुल्फ हमको बहुत ही अच्छे प्रॉफिट्स वगैरह दे सकता है। इसके बाद है द शार्क। सो ये एक एनिमल है, जो ये एक मैमल है, ये एक फिश है जो केवल गैम्बलिंग करते हैं। ये सेट ऑफ ट्रेडर्स है, वो लोग सट्टा करते हैं। और आप सब जानते हैं कि बेस्ट जो शिकारी फिश बोली जाती है वो एक शार्क है, राइट। सो शार्क जो है वो अपने शिकार को एक बार पकड़ लेती है, उसको शिकार करके छोड़ती है। तो वो जो टारगेट सेट किया हुआ है, वो जो गैम्बलिंग करना है, उसको तेजी मंदी से फर्क नहीं पड़ता है ये सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स को। मार्केट जब टूट रहा है तब वो शॉर्ट करके कमा लेंगे, मार्केट जब बढ़ रहा है, मार्केट जब तेजी में है, तब ये सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स बहुत ही अच्छा प्रॉफिट करेंगे तेजी करके। लेकिन इनको केवल गैम्बलिंग करना है, उनको लेवरेज करना है, उनको एक्सपोजर लेना है। सो इनके बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड मेथड नहीं रहती है, बहुत ही सिंपल मेथड रहती है। और गैम्बलिंग न्यूज बेस्ड, सबसे बेस्ट न्यूज वगैरह जो आते हैं वो इनके पास रहते हैं, और न्यूज ड्रिवन प्रॉफिट्स और वो करके मार्केट से निकल जाते हैं। सो ये इसके लिए टैगलाइन जो है शार्क के लिए है, गैम्बलिंग इट जस्ट राइट, राइट। सो ये एक बहुत ही बढ़िया एनिमल है। और मैमल में बोलना चाहूंगा द व्हेल, मेकिंग इम्पैक्ट विथ एवरी मूव। सो मार्केट के अंदर आपको भी बहुत बड़े बड़े इन्वेस्टर्स के नाम पता होंगे, राधा कृष्ण दवानी है, राकेश झुंझुनवाला जी है, बहुत ही बड़े बड़े इन्वेस्टर्स है। तो ये ऐसे सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स है जो एक स्टॉक के पीछे अगर पड़ जाते हैं, उसको अगर एक्टिवेट कर लेते हैं, तो इनकी खुद की क्वांटिटीज ही इतनी बड़ी रहती है कि इसके साथ में आजू बाजू में हम लोग अगर साथ में चलते जाएंगे ना तो हमको बहुत अच्छी प्रॉफिट्स होती है. सो द व्हेल एक ऐसा एनिमल है जो एकदम हैवी बिग इन्वेस्टर्स है, वैसे इन्वेस्टर्स को हम व्हेल बोलेंगे. ये सब जो मैंने आपको एनिमल्स डिस्कस किए, ये यहाँ पे आपको फ्रेम में भी दिखेंगे मेरे पीछे, आप कभी भी देख सकते हैं. और ये सब सोर्सेज जो है, ये सब मैंने जो नोट्स लिए वो मॉर्निंग स्टार, investing.com, व्हाट्सएप के फॉरवर्ड मैसेजेस, इन सब के थ्रू मैंने लिए हुए हैं. सो बहुत सारे, मतलब आपने देखा होगा कि ये सब सेट ऑफ एनिमल्स है. सो बहुत सारे सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स है जो आप भी देखेंगे, बहुत सारे सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स है अभी. तो डायरेक्टली या इनडायरेक्टली जो भी इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहेंगे, लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए वेल्थ क्रिएशन करना है, वेल्थ क्रिएशन करनी है अपने को, तो वो सभी चीजें है. सो वो सभी कोई अभी अपने को खाली ये डिसाइड करना है कि कौन से तरीके से, कौन से एनिमल को आप एक आइडल बनाना चाहते हैं. आपको बुल एक आइडल बनाना है, आपको व्हेल एक आइडल बनाना है, आपको टर्टल की तरह के चलना है. तो वो जो भी आइडल आपको बनाना है, उसको आइडल बना के आपको अपनी और अपने इन्वेस्टर्स की वेल्थ क्रिएट करनी है. ये एक ही टारगेट से हम लोग को आगे बढ़ना है और इसमें से एनिमल की पिक्युलरिटीज अपने को पकड़नी है, वो क्वालिटीज को आगे लेके अपने को जाना है. सो मैं आपको एक रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप सभी चैट बॉक्स के अंदर टाइप कीजिए आपको कौन सा एनिमल बहुत ही अच्छा लगा और जिनको आप आइडल बना के आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं. प्लीज आप टाइप कीजिए. और अगर आप मुझे पूछेंगे कि मेरा फेवरेट एनिमल कौन सा है, तो आई वुड डेफिनेटली गो फॉर द व्हेल. सो बिग सेट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स जो कॉन्फिडेंटली फ्यू सेट ऑफ स्टॉक्स के अंदर बहुत ही बड़ी पोजीशन बनाते हैं, वैसे व्हेल है. सबकी अलग अलग सेट ऑफ स्टाइल रह सकती है. कोई बेयर भी बन सकता है और प्रॉफिट बना सकता है, कोई बुल भी हो सकता है, कोई हेयर भी हो सकता है. तो कोई भी खराब नहीं है, लेकिन जो बेस्ट आपको लगे और जो आपको लगे कि भाई ये सेट ऑफ फिलोसॉफी मेरे को अच्छा लग रहा है, जो मेरे दिमाग में बैठ रहा है, ये सेट ऑफ फिलोसॉफी को मैं आगे लेके जा सकता हूँ, वैसे सेट ऑफ फिलोसॉफी को लेके अपने रूल्स डिफाइन करके, ये खास ध्यान रखिएगा, ये सेट ऑफ रूल्स अपने डिसाइड करके उसको बना के लिस्ट आउट करके आप आगे बढ़ेंगे तो डेफिनेटली बहुत ही अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स आपको मिलेगा. So this is all from my side. Thanks for the opportunity, Kanak ji, and back to Kanak ji. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Sagar. That was really thrilling, actually, I will say, and very nicely presented with full confidence. आप तो एकदम कहानी की तरह हम लोग को एकदम summarize कर दिए थे. So really enjoyed the session, and I am sure ये कई चीजें कई बार हम लोग clients के संग अगर share करें बड़े casual way में, this can really be very helpful. So thank you so much for sharing and in such a beautiful way. So,
thank you so much, sir.
Friends, so are we learning? If we are learning, we can just write in the chat box. Yes. Enjoying. Boom. Can we all do that in the chat box? For Shrikanth and Sagar, both S. We can write S. Okay. So, thank you. So moving to our next speaker, he is a young, dynamic, and I will say a person who is going to talk about something which is again about wealth creation today. His father is a volatility coach with us, and he is also following, and he is also in markets, and they are actually working with some of the leading broking house in India. See, today all 6 of the speakers are working or are either having their terminals with a broking house, so they are well into like stock market buying, selling every day, every minute. So let's see what Devesh has to share. So over to you, Devesh.
Thank you so much, Kanak sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity. A very good evening to everyone. Namaste. So I'll just start my presentation. Visible, Kanak sir?
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's there.
So a very brief introduction about me. I am Devesh Mundar, and I'm working with Anand Rathi Private Wealth. looking after investment management and tax management for our clients in India. The topic for today is actually very simple. ज़्यादा elaborate करने की ज़रूरत भी नहीं है, wealth creation in the long term. But जितना मेरा experience रहा है across the years, I've seen that people take these terms very lightly. Wealth creation सुनने में बहुत easy लगता है. ठीक है, it's a matter of time, investment ही करना है. I'm enough capable to earn money. I can invest money. There are 100 products available in the market. But kahin na kahin, a lot of people don't do it the right way. They do it the wrong way. They end up buying products of the season. They see right now there's a pharma rally, for example. They'll get into pharma stocks, pharma mutual funds. And after a point of time, they'll forget, why did they enter that position? And after 3 years, 5 years, it starts underperforming. And then we see wealth erosion taking place. So there are some things which are very important and which are not taken care by. For example, goal setting. People don't know their goals. For each and everything, apart from money, they have a goal. Okay, I need to go somewhere. I need to buy this type of clothes. Or maybe I need to go for a vacation. I know where I have to go. But how much money will be required at what period of time in life for what goal is not defined well. Second problem, a lot of times there is ill management, not proper management. Again, management is done, very systematically for other things in life. When somewhere we do not give due attention. So I'll keep it very simple. Wealth creation in the long term. 5 simple points. I'll start with goal setting. What is management? There is one big troublemaker in the market, which we all need to identify and beat it. Why long term? As Shrikanth Bhai also said that, it's not about being rich, because rich is temporary. It's about being wealthy. Wealthy is a constant thing. And that's the long-term vision comes into picture. And then I'll just sum it up with a very simple example. So now what is a goal? When we speak about a goal setting, what is a goal? But before that, we just need to, the recent web series that has come out, Scam 1992, risk hai to ishq hai. Goal hai to wealth hai. Because if you don't have a goal, you don't know how much you want, where you want to go. 10 years down the line, you want to get your children married, you want to go abroad, you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house. We need to map everything very systematically. We need the money after 10 years. Okay, this is how I'm going to plan, and that is how I need the money back. Otherwise, you will take random decisions throughout your life, and it will be a conscious decision making. But there is another catch to it. A lot of people say that, these are my goals, but I don't want to take any kind of risk in life. Balance sheet बना के दीजिए. आप कंपनी का नहीं, आप अपना personal balance sheet बना के दीजिए. What is your real estate? How much is your direct equity? How much is your FD? How much is your mutual fund? And surprisingly बोलते हैं मेरे को risk लेना नहीं है, but out of say 100 rupees, there are 50. My knowledge of fixed means you have access to risk-seeking investor who, what is your balance sheet and what is the starting point? Because to reach somewhere, you need to know where you are right now. And that is how you can reach your target. Once that is clear, check what is your target. And once you put a number to the target, then you can create a plan like how you can reach the desired target or the desired goal in your life. So this is the first step towards wealth creation. Make goals, define the goals. This is a very underrated thing, but defining goals will make the investment journey 50% simpler. So this is step 1. Now step 2 is management. मेरे को सबको समझाने की भी जरूरत नहीं मैनेजमेंट क्या है. आप लोग अपने डेली लाइफ में, जॉब पे, बिजनेस में, घर चलाने में कुछ ना कुछ मैनेजमेंट चल रहा है. बट ये इसके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि जब मैं ऑब्जर्व करता हूँ, व्हेन इट कम्स टू मनी, स्पेशली विद माय क्लाइंट्स, देयर इज नो मैनेजमेंट. चीजें रैंडमली होती है. As I said, pharma अभी चल रहा है. The thought today is that I want to invest into pharma because it's going up. but 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, it's still there in the portfolio, and we have totally forgotten हमने उस stock में क्यों entry किया था या हमने उस investment position को क्यों बनाया था. So very important management rule. First, define the goal, जो step 1 था. Step 2 is decide a well thought out plan to achieve the same. Right? You make a plan. You know where you are right now, where you want to go. Make a plan. Once you document the plan, you know, okay, I entered this position because of this, and this is when I'm going to exit the position. And ये अगर आपके सामने होगा constantly, तो आप उसको monitor कर पाएंगे. Otherwise, you will not monitor. And the last line that I've written, you will sell the losers easily. जैसे loss होगा, you will sell the winners. I'm sorry, I think I've made a small error. You will sell the winners. जैसे थोड़ा सा profit होगा, you will sell it. But losers को आप हमेशा hold on करेंगे because there's no plan. आपने बस उसको लिया था एक season के time पे वो चल रहा था. This is a good thing, and you bought it. But now when it comes to selling, you will never sell it because आप हमेशा उसी hopes में रहेंगे that okay, this investment is going to give returns to me. This will give me returns at some point of time. So very important, once you set your goal, these 4 steps: set the goal, make a plan, implement the plan, and monitor it. This will again make your investment journey 20% simpler. So 70% is done by just setting your goal and keeping a well thought out plan to manage your investments. But as I said, things don't come easy. Once you have decided that you need to become wealthy, the journey will not be easy. There'll be a troublemaker. There'll be a market and economic troublemaker. And that silent, invisible killer is inflation. And ये जो inflation है, महंगाई, ये at least आपका minimum return expectation होना चाहिए था. Just a very, very small example. अगर 79 में अगर आप अपने फैमिली के साथ डिनर पे जाते हैं 1979 में, तो अराउंड 100 रुपी वॉज इनफ दैट टाइम. बट गवर्नमेंट बोलता है एज पर द गवर्नमेंट इन्फ्लेशन एंड एज पर द एस्टिमेट्स इनटू द मिडिल क्लास एंड द HNI families in India, you will require around 3,000 right now if you want to go to a good hotel with your family and have a good meal. So ये जो चेंज है, ये महंगाई है, ये इन्फ्लेशन है, ये कभी दिखेगी नहीं. एंड दिस इज सच अ साइलेंट किलर ना कि इसको आप मैनेज भी नहीं कर पाएंगे कभी. टैक्सेशन आप एक बार मैनेज कर सकते हैं. यू कैन मैनेज योर इन्वेस्टमेंट रिस्क, यू कैन मैनेज एवरीथिंग एल्स, बट यू विल नेवर बी एबल टू मैनेज इन्फ्लेशन. हेंस दिस शुड बी द मिनिमम बेंचमार्क फॉर यू कि कुछ भी नहीं हो, एटलीस्ट इन्फ्लेशन बीटिंग टारगेट होना चाहिए. एंड इसी से आई कैन रिकलेक्ट वन एग्जाम्पल जो आई थिंक हर फैमिली में हमने सुना होगा. हम लोग सुनते थे कि एक फैमिली थी एंड वी यूज्ड टू रिकलेक्ट, यार ये एक टाइम पे बहुत रिच थे, हमारे एरिया के सबसे रिच फैमिलीज थी, ये हमारे सिटी की सबसे रिच फैमिलीज थी. बट ओवर द ईयर फर्स्ट जनरेशन आई या सेकेंड जनरेशन आई एंड शायद अब हम उनसे बेटर है और वो हमसे नीचे हो गए. ये क्यों? उनके बिजनेस अच्छे होंगे, उनकी अर्निंग्स भी अच्छी होगी, बट जो इन्वेस्टमेंट रिटर्न्स या जो उनको इन्वेस्टमेंट करना था जिस रेट ऑफ रिटर्न से, या जो इन्वेस्टमेंट से उनको रिटर्न्स आना चाहिए था, कहीं ना कहीं दैट वाज नॉट प्रॉपर्ली एलोकेटेड. कहीं ना कहीं it could not beat the inflation, and hence rich in the past but poor in the present. So this is also one of the phenomena which we generally see in and around. So once you know that okay, this is the minimum expectation, 10% of the work is already done now, so 80% of the things done. Now when it's about wealth creation, as Shrikanth said, rich is not the target, becoming wealthy is the target. You need time for that. It cannot happen overnight. That is for sure. And I just want to give you 2 data points on that. Why long term? Why things cannot be done in a short term, and why long term? So here, for the sake of simplicity, I am doing the entire presentation based on the biggest index of the country, Nifty or Sensex. It's a synonym for me, but it's the index. I'm not picking any selective stock or any kind of other company. Now, if you see 1 year returns, since inception, if you see a 1 year returns across the time zone, since inception of Nifty, अगर आपने आज पैसा डाला और 1 साल बाद अगर आप पैसा निकालते हैं, अगर आप ऐसा हर रोज करें, तो जो रेंज है, ऐसा हो सकता है कि 1 साल में आपका पैसा आधा भी हो सकता है और 1 साल में पैसा डबल भी हो सकता है. ये जो रेंज है इज लाइक लूजिंग हाफ ऑफ द मनी और डबलिंग योर मनी. तो यहाँ पे प्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी नहीं. आज अगर आप मेरे पास आओगे, बोलोगे अगर मैं निफ्टी में पैसा लगाना चाहता हूँ या मैं इंडिया में पैसा लगाना चाहता हूँ, ऑन द कंट्री, आई एम बेटिंग ऑन द कंट्री, तो क्या expected outcome है? So this can be the rough outcome, either half or double. But when you increase your time horizon, when you're wanting to be in the market for a longer time, for example 10 years, तो range बहुत narrow हो जाती है. You will be positive, at least वो current savings या FD decent bank की उतना तो आपको मिलेगा, and maximum 20%. So जो range है from losing half of the money to doubling, we are into range of 4 to 20, and वो predictability आती है. That okay, there's a sure shot way कि कहीं ना कहीं we can reach there. And just as a small note, 10 years last average returns, if you see, it has been around 13.5%. COVID has been included in this. Right? So beach mein ye problems aati hai. There are mid-time crises, but then in the long run, average returns have been 13% around. So this is the one reason why long term you create a predictable zone for your return, investment return journey. Second very interesting point is the snowball effect. क्या होता है, if you throw a snowball from the top of the mountain, अगर एक snow clad mountain होगा, you throw the ball. जो ball इतनी छोटी अगर आप फेंकेंगे, by the time it rolls down and it reaches the bottom of the mountain, वो ball का size आप उस ball के नीचे दब सकते हैं. That can be the size of that ball. ये जो ball है, every time it rolls, each and every roll पर उसका जो surface है, वो बड़ा होते रहता है. And every time it collects more snow on it. तो ये जो snowball effect है, इसको हम लोग compounding से बहुत अच्छे तरह से relate कर सकते हैं. एक छोटा सा चार्ट मैंने दिया है और एक simple question मैं आप लोगों से आज पूछना चाहता हूँ. मैं आपको एक केस दे रहा हूँ जहाँ पे मैं 1 रुपी every day में compound कर रहा हूँ at 1%. It's a very hypothetical example, ऐसा real life में नहीं होता है. But I'm showing you the power of compounding. $1 compounded at 1% every day. So if you see the journey at end of year 1, it's just $38. By the time you reach year 5, it's $77,000. By the time you reach year 6, it's $29 lakh. But when you reach year 7, the number is huge, and this is probably the net worth of the richest person on this earth right now. So this chart, is trying to ask you one question: do you want to exit in year 1, year 2? Or whether you want to wait till year 7, because this compounding, the magic of compounding comes only after the snowball has become of a sizable size. And once it reaches that size, the compounding is massive. There comes a time when your initial capital can be made once again in just 1 year's time. So that is the second reason why staying in this market or staying invested for long term is more important, because your every money starts earning more money than the initial money that you had invested. Just a very simple example, the last point of my presentation. Hypothetical example, I'm keeping the target return as 12%, which is a very reasonable return. If you invest 1 crore, I've given you various scenarios. What will be the value after 3 years? What will be the value after 5 years? What will be the value after 10? And what will be the value after 20 years? The real kicker to your investment will come only with time if you're planning to earn through investments. Obviously, if you have other means to earn money, that's a very different topic. But when we talk about investments, the real kicker to your wealth, making your wealth 10x, will require time, 15 to 20 years. So some key things that we need to keep in mind when we want to grow our wealth in the long run. And if we want to set a target to it, say for example, 10x, what are some key requirements? Patience, remain cool-headed. We do not need to panic. There will be pandemics, there will be crisis, there will be banking failures. We do not need to panic that time. Rumors, as Shrikanth also mentioned, there are a lot of experts. We don't know whether they are really experts or no, but then some things are rumors, some things are planned rumors. We should ignore them. We should have a vision for our own self. As we rightly saw the picture, the top 10 billionaires, at least not in the world, but at least in your city, in your area, in your country. So have a vision attached to your net worth. Trust this land. When I'm saying Nifty, Sensex, this is the representation of 130 crore Indians. They are hardworking. They have seen what is, being poor. They have the hunger. They will work hard by default. And that's the reason the world is looking to India. So trust the land, trust this country, trust yourself, trust the countrymen. give money some time, and rather than having a profit mindset, create a wealth mindset. Because as I highlighted in the beginning, richness is temporary, but wealth will be constant. Because once you will always require very limited amount of money to sustain. So you will have abundance of wealth, only a portion will be used. But if you are rich, maybe most of the part will be used to survive. So I think I'll close here with the key takeaways of just giving yourself some time. And then I think everything is possible in the journey, and hope we have a wealthy life in future. Thank you so much, Kanak sir, once again. And if you really like this presentation, please, you can just give a 10x comment. Thank you so much, Kanak sir.
Yes, surely a 10x from all of us. It was really awesome. And thank you for this presentation, Devesh. It was really nice. And I think this is just like an investor education program, which we all can actually do with our clients. We can share it. So amazing stuff shared by you, Devesh, here. Really, really enlightening. And thank you. Thank you so much. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh, he's only 25. Okay. So, chalo, look forward. Thank you so much, Devesh. So next, moving further to our next speaker, who is again a very, very old friend of mine, and from the city of joy, Kolkata. So over to you, Naresh Swaika. He is also having a broking terminal with Kotak Securities and a mutual fund distributor, and a very good friend. So over to you.
Thank you, Kanak. Good evening, everyone. My topic is manage risk and compound returns. We all are here to earn money for ourselves and for our children and create wealth, as Shrikanth said. But there are various events in our lifetime in which we get panic, and जो भी हम अपना रिटर्न बनाना चाहते हैं वो कोई ना कोई कारण से लूज कर देते हैं और we again come back to the square one. So how we manage our risk so that our returns keep intact and it keeps on increasing. First is we should invest in such companies which have very high quality balance sheets, because high quality balance sheet जो शॉक होती है ना वो absorb करने में सक्षम होती है rather than a low quality companies. And when the market again bounces back, it again comes back to their original position and it again gives high. जैसे अभी इस पेंडेमिक में हमने देखा है बहुत सी कंपनियां नीचे गई, अच्छी कंपनी, लेकिन जब वापस मार्केट ऊपर आया ना तो उनसे बेसी दाम आ गए कंपनियों के, बहुत सी कंपनियां हैं. दूसरी है कि हम लोगों को हमेशा ये ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कि बहुत बार होता है कि कुछ कंपनियां हैं जो डीप डिस्काउंट ऑफ देयर इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू अवेलेबल होती है, लेकिन हम लोग मार्केट सेंटीमेंट को इग्नोर के साथ रहते हैं और उस कंपनियों को इग्नोर करते रहते हैं. लेकिन कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा कुछ होता है कि वो कंपनियां वापस अपने ट्रू वैल्यू पे आ जाती है. तो हमें हमेशा उस अपॉर्चुनिटी को देखते रहना चाहिए. तो उससे क्या होगा कि हमारा कंपाउंडिंग जो है बहुत अच्छी होगी. फिर वो क्या होता है कि बहुत बार क्या होता है कि अच्छी कंपनियां डिविडेंड बहुत अच्छा देती हैं. तो फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म रिटर्न्स वी शुड लुक फॉर हायर डिविडेंड कंपनीज जो कि अच्छी कंपनियां हमेशा मेंटेन करती हैं. एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज व्हेन देयर आर मेजर इवेंट्स विच वी कैन फोरसी, जैसे इलेक्शंस हुआ या कुछ बड़ा कुछ होने वाला है, वी शुड एक्टिवली हेज आवर पोजिशंस. अगर हम अपनी पोजिशंस हेज करके रखेंगे ना, इट विल एड टू द कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल, आई नो, बट वो जो 1% 2% जो अपना कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल बढ़ रहा है, that will ensure that you don't lose the entire money, जो कि इस समय पेंडेमिक में हुआ. बहुत लोगों ने अपनी पोजीशन हेज नहीं की थी, इतने पैनिक हो गए कि अल्टीमेटली दे लॉस्ट आउट ह्यूज सम ऑफ मनी. तो हेजिंग इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन टू मैनेज योर रिस्क. अभी इतने सारे ऑप्शंस आ गए हैं सिस्टम में, मार्केट में, कि वी कैन इजीली हेज आवर पोजीशंस, और उस हेजिंग के कारण पीपल आर मेकिंग गुड सम ऑफ मनी. और लास्ट में ये कहना चाहूंगा कि अपना जो एसेट है ना वो शुड नॉट बी इन इक्विटी ओनली. हमें ऐसी कंपनियों में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए जिसकी जो कमोडिटीज में भी हो, मल्टी एसेट सॉल्यूशंस में भी हो और डाइवर्सिफाइड हो. तो मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि अपना अगर हम लोग रिस्क मैनेज करेंगे ना तो हमारी रिटर्न अच्छी तरह से कंपाउंड होंगी. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you, Naresh. Any tool which you use like hedging mechanism or anything? कुछ ऐसी चीजें आप use करते हो for hedging or something like that?
Basically, we use technical charts for hedging our positions.
Okay. Technical charts. So good. I think our next two speakers will be talking on the technical charts. आप क्या options भी use करते हैं hedge करने के लिए? Do you think options are good, advisable? Okay.
Yes, they are the very good, effective tools right now.
Yes, again and again I tell this, options are good, hedging mechanism, tools are all good, but you should be aware of that, you should have proper knowledge, and then only you should do it. Otherwise, it becomes very, very risky. Yes, so our next two speakers will be talking on technicals. They will be talking on certain things by using the charts and the details. So thank you very much, Naresh. Very good insight you have already shared. So before I call them, I'll just share one small video of one of our puzzle games. Okay. This is a puzzle wherein we have two horse and two riders. What we have to do is place the both the riders on both the horses, which looks just impossible. Again, it is very, very impossible. It is like the two horses, one is equity and one is debt. You have to sit on both the horses and continue to do rebalancing so that your asset allocation is done in a proper way. So what did you see? It was just the way how you look at things. It is just a game of illusion which we are there in, and let's look at it properly and do proper asset allocation. So friends, again, next month we will be launching a new workshop-based game called volatility game asset allocation, wherein we will have no fundamentals, no technicals, only and only asset allocation. So we'll come back with that next month. So now let's move to Harish, who is based out in Mumbai, and he is also having immense knowledge and experience as far as markets are concerned, and a very, very successful MFD also. So over to you, Harish. Harish, I think you will have to unmute yourself first. Yeah. Yes.
Hello, good evening, friends. So Hindi or English or mix of both? Yeah. So first, I would like to thank you, Kanak sir, for giving me this opportunity. As also, I have joined the volatility coaches in the month of May only, and I have not met anyone with the personally. But I have interacted with a few of the people and Kanak sir on the phone and WhatsApp. So this is a one good opportunity where I thought I'll explain myself and about what I'm doing also. So Kanak sir, can you just open the presentation or?
Here you are.
Yeah. We'll start with, so today my topic is the Fibonacci number. Friends, हम लोग को सबको पता है कि मार्केट ऊपर से नीचे भी आता है और नीचे से ऊपर भी जाता है. ठीक है, we all have seen in 1992 also, in 2000 also, in 94 also, and in 2008 also. But there are certain tools which we are using, the fundamentals also, and certain tools technicals also. Okay, in technical also, the most important things which a lot of the good fund managers and lot of hedge funds or even the PMS manager which are using also these tools. This is called the Fibonacci numbers. Okay, Fibonacci numbers which are introduced in the 1200th century, Mr. Leonardo of Pisa. So he's basically an Italian mathematician. Okay, so he has done all these things on the basis of the natures also, where he started this using when the rabbit reproduction and the flowers. So he has started this using the Fibonacci number on the basis, and later in the 19th century, Mr. W.D. Gunn has started Fibonacci number used for predicting the trend in the commodity market and the stock market. So this is just a brief introduction of the Fibonacci numbers, and we start with the Fibonacci number. So I have just written here 1 plus equal to a 2. So Fibonacci number is a addition of preceding two number. जैसे 1 plus 1 आप जोड़ोगे तो 2 आएगा, 2 plus 1 जोड़ोगे तो 3 आएगा, 3 plus 2 आप जोड़ोगे तो ऐड करोगे तो 5 आएगा, 5 plus 3 equal to 8, and 8 plus 5 equal to 13, 13 plus 18 is equal to 21. So if you keep doing this, then this is an infinite numbers. Okay, based on these numbers, we get certain supports and certain resistance in the market, in all liquid market. All these things will apply currency में भी होती है, indices में भी होती है, commodities में भी होती है, even the good quality large cap stocks also, from top to bottom. Because like you have seen why the Reliance has moved from 900 to 1600, why Reliance has corrected from 2200, why not it has corrected from the 1600, why gold has fallen from 56 57,000. So this is a relationship of the Fibonacci numbers. So these are the major retracement points which many of the technicals use, but actually what they use only on the short-term frames. They use basically on the intraday trading. So that is why they say, okay, these are the things which are not useful, because I have also seen in my experience where I spoken with a lot of traders and clients, they know all these things. इनमें से क्योंकि क्या है, ये सब चीजें आपको भी पता है, पर many of the things which we only use in the short term purpose only. We have not used these things in long term charts on the things. And in Fibonacci, one is called golden ratio. Why it is called golden ratio? इसमें क्या है कि suppose हम लोग जो 3 हम लोग डिवाइड करेंगे 5 को, तो हमें 60% रेशियो आएगा, 5 को हम वो 8 डिवाइड करेंगे, सो एक जो स्मॉलर फिबोनाची नंबर है उसको अगर लार्जर फिबोनाची नंबर से डिवाइड करेंगे प्रीसीडिंग, तो उसका जो रेशियो है वो 62 आएगा. सिमिलरली in a larger Fibonacci number, if I divide the small Fibonacci number, so you will get a ratio of 160. So this is the major ratio in the Fibonacci, 62% and 162%. Just can you connect, sir? Can you? Yeah. So before note the Fibonacci number. So since Fibonacci number is just a tool which we all can use with the other parameters, like we can use with the fundamentals, we can use with the P ratio, and we can use with the other fundamentals research also. And all these things combined, which can give you a very good results also, which a lot of people, even the mutual fund managers also used in also today's worlds. So this is a pharma index which many of the people have missed. And many of people don't know, okay, why you have to be allocate the pharma funds or a pharma sector kind of the funds. So this is where, as I have told you, okay, I have also seen a lot of faults and break, but I don't know how to identify things. So in 2016-17, I have learned all these things, Fibonacci, and I have applied all these things on the preceding faults. Like I have applied in 2008 also, 1992 also, and I have all these things I have used earlier in all kind of the asset classes. So here in 2018, I got the opportunity to see the pharma index on the larger time frame. So this time frame is the rally of 2011 to 2014 chart. This is a quarterly chart. Okay, I have just marked, this is an arrow called, this is an arrow where you have seen the number is called 61.8%, and where the index is seen 8,000 pharma index is there. And at that time, you have seen many AMC has launched in the similar kind of the periods. You have seen a lot of AMC has come with the pharma fund. But what happened at that time, the pharma stocks are already there in the client portfolio, and every day you will get a warning letter and the pharma index will fall by 20%. And preceding experience, you have missed this opportunity, and nobody want to allocate that money because people are not convinced that pharma will come back on that side. So here I have used this opportunity along with the fundamental research, and I have explained that the clients, okay, sir, this is a sector where yes, everything is down. Companies' earnings are down, and all companies, even Lupin, Sun Pharma, everyone has posted the biggest losses in their career. So all these things are negative, but there are certain things कि आप स्टॉक मार्केट में आप देखते हो जब 2008 का भी क्राइसिस हुआ था तब why the index has moved from 22 or 2500 to double that index, because someone has taken that risk and opportunity and they have calculated the certain things कि भाई यहाँ पे तो एटलीस्ट क्या है पैसा तो इन्वेस्ट करना ही है, because it's not that market will go on the retail buying. Similarly, in this kind of the situation where a lot of big investors, lot of, we all know Rakesh Jhunjhunwala or Ramdev Agarwal or many other things which are there in the market. So we have told that kind of the people, at least you can allocate the 10% of the portfolio, if not the more than things. So we have convinced all our clients ke, sir, at least kya ho jayega isme, when we have told that ke, yes, everything is down, but only thing I can sure that from here the downside can be a limited. Yes. And compare with the equity return in next 3 years, this index will give you the outperformance returns. And this is here the March 2020 come when Dow Jones has fallen from 30,000 to 18,000. So this is also the similar thing happened when Corona is there, earning is downgraded, everyone is blocked at home, but this ratio tells something else. So this is again, we got a very good opportunity. And again, you can see here, the US has introduced the, in March 14 only, the 700 billion of the QE. Why the US fund has put the QE? And why it has put at the same kind of the ratio? So this is again the very good, the 50% retracement. You can see the Dow index is at 18,000 level. Kanak sir, just, and Nifty also, you can see where the ratio has come to the 50% level of 7,500. I just give you the why the 7,500 has come at the lower. If you see the 2018 to 2020, Nifty was in a range of 12,000 to 10,000. And when 10,000 has broken, the Nifty's next support is 7,500. And Nifty has exactly behave that saying, and you can see the long-term retracement of the level. So I have marked from 2009 rally there. I have not marked from 2016 because many people will see that 16 ka wo rally ka retracement pakudunga. But if you take the 10 years retracement, this is where the exactly the PE ratio was there, your MG ratio was there. Only thing was the FI was a negative. And which was a similar situation I have seen in 2008, in October 2008 and September 2013. And इसमें सबसे बड़ा डिफरेंस क्या है जो बहुत जने जो मिस कर गए कि हम सबको याद है लीमन क्राइसिस क्या हुआ था. सो लीमन क्राइसिस में सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट जो ट्रिक था यहाँ पे, लीमन क्राइसिस के बाद आपका जो इंडेक्स था ना वो 50% करेक्ट हुआ था इन 2 months. And which again similar happened in March Corona times also, where index has fallen 50%, which usually happen in a 10 years kind of the things, which will not happen every years or every year. This is just a 10-year kind of the opportunity where a lot of people, and here also we measure with the US market, and you can see the mid cap index. The mid cap index is again reached at the near the 61% of the level. So from here we have seen how the people, and now talking about the earning revival, everything is revival. But when somebody has invested at that level, they have calculated all these things. And this is one stock of the Reliance. So we all have seen Reliance has rallied from 8 to 21 2200, 2300 levels. So upside, I have marked the arrow, the 161% of the Reliance industry is 2056. So whenever we have crossed 161 to 261, at that time, there is a lot of selling will come from the institution. Your mutual fund will come, your biggest hedge fund, and even the company insider, like we have heard that the Mukesh Ambani is not well. All these news come here only. It is not come here. Here you have seen only the Facebook deal. Why this has come, the news is here? Because there are certain ratio. We have to be see on that. And this is again the gold. So 55,000 to 54,000, where a lot of people have said you have to be allocate the gold. But you can see the ratio of the Fibonacci 261%, which clearly indicating that at least from here you have to be allocate the gold. But यहाँ पे आपको risk भी ज़्यादा है कि at least क्या हो जाएगा अगर suppose मेरे को 50 lakhs का gold लेना है तो अभी मैं 20 lakhs का ले सकता हूँ. I not say that you don't buy it, but you have to be wait for the another opportunity. So this is how the Fibonacci we use for allocating the money in mutual fund for one particular of the sectors, because one particular sector, even if you allocated the 5% or 10% of the client's money, your overall return will be a very good. Because I have allocated the 3 year, by one client has started in 2017 only. So I have allocated 10% of the amount in the pharma index funds, and this is the most conservative client. So my overall return is a 17% versus the Nifty return of the 8%. So because of the certain portion of the allocation, so your overall portfolio has changed. And right now we all have to be do these kind of the things. That is why the client will stay with us. We have to be give some certain things which we have to better than the fund manager also, where we have to be monitored, because we cannot sell the plain vanilla. So this is just a projection, Fibonacci projection of the pharma and Nifty, which I have just. Thank you, Kanak sir, for giving me it. Actually, any questions if you have? Actually, this is a quite long topics and it will require at least 2 days of the sessions to understand each and everything why this has been done. Sir, unmute.
Nice presentation, Harish, and especially what you shared, in form of slides. They were quite relevant and very, very specifically and precisely done. So well understood.
Yeah,
Understood that really, really well. So you can understand and you can see in very long term also how this thing plays a really, really good place. So all of you who don't know how to draw Fibonacci, I think you really need to know. And I think most of you who have attended RVCC certification program, I think you should be knowing that. And if not that, it is not very tough. You all can just Google and maybe you watch some videos, or maybe Harish and Yash. They are good people who can actually teach all of us. So thank you, Harish.
Yeah, thank you. Sir.
So moving forward, again, a little more technical. Yash is like our permanent trainer also in our group. So where is Yash? I need to find him. Okay, yes, he's there. And he is really very good, and he actually conducts a lot of classes, a lot of sessions on a regular basis on technicals and derivatives and options also. So really looking forward to learn from you, Yash. So over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kanak. I hope my voice is audible.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is safe and doing good. I'm Yash Sagar, founder of Credit Research and Educate. First of all, thank you so much, Kanak, for this opportunity. You have been doing some great work in terms of educating people. And this 21-week session, I think, will educate a lot of all our volatility coaches and people who have been joining. And it has been a great pleasure speaking as well as listening to all the speakers. So today I'll be speaking on the Techno-funda approach. I'll be speaking in very simple layman language, because I train people on technicals and derivatives, so I understand. It's difficult for you all to understand very lot of jargon, so I'll be explaining it in a very simple way. Kanak, can you just make me a co-host so that I can share the screen from the other ID? The other one from the laptop which I've joined.
Yeah, you can share.
Okay. It's showing host disabled participant screen sharing. There's another ID from which I've joined. That's my.
Acha, this is not the ID.
Yeah, not an issue. Yeah, this one is also there, and the other one from.
Done.
Sure. Great. So I think Techno-funda approach for creating wealth. So a little bit about myself. My name is Yash Dugar. I'm the founder of Credit Research and Educare. We are into broking, research, training, financial markets. Like Kanak, we conduct a lot of weekly webinars where we bring stalwarts from the market industries who share the knowledge. We conduct it every Sunday. I hope a lot of people are already joining it. So Techno-funda approach is something which I follow for my wealth creation and for my stock picking approach. And this can help you not only for your own portfolio, but it can help you for advising your clients, maybe in terms of their own stock portfolio or their mutual fund portfolio, so that you can guide them in a proper way, and you can give them the right advice, which is very important. Okay. So there's a big myth which is there in the market, which a lot of people have, that technical analysis cannot be used for long term. So this is a very big myth, which I want you all to understand. It's a pure myth. It's not there that only fundamentals can be used for long term. Even technical analysis can be used for long term analysis. Okay. So these are the few pointers which I use, and I'll be sharing one example, also one practical example, because I totally believe on practical analysis. Khali gyan dene se I believe kuch nahi hota. So I'll just be going through all these parameters. I'll be explaining them, and then I'll be showing you a practical example how I used it, or maybe how I'm using it right now in a particular stock or maybe a particular index. Right. The first thing which I track very closely is a stock hitting, which is regularly hitting new 52-week highs. So once a stock hits a 52-week high, we are sure that the stock has some strength. That is why it's hitting new 52-week highs, right? So if the stock is hitting 52-week highs, maybe there's some strong buyers which are taking the stock price higher. So that moment, that stock comes to my eye, and then I start studying further in terms of charts. Second is it should be above the 200-day weekly exponential moving average. So I think moving average is a very, very simple thing. Like last 200 days ka jo price movement hai, uska ek average price hum log nikal lete hain. That's last 200 days average price. That's already you can plot it in free websites like TradingView. And this would help you not to enter in a wrong stock. The problem is kya hai, hum log first thing is to save our capital, right? So ये अगर आप कोई भी stock long term के लिए ले रहे हो and the stock is below the 200 days weekly moving average, then it is not a good stock. Because usually what we define is, if a stock is in a bull market, then the stock has to be above its 200 days DEMA or VEMA, that is daily exponential moving average or weekly exponential moving average, right? So you have to buy only those stocks which are there in a bull market. You should not buy falling lines, which the mistake a lot of investors and a lot of traders do. They try to buy falling knives like Yes Bank, and then they lose their money, right? So this would help you screen those stocks. Okay. Third is again a very, very important thing which I closely track for stocks which can become multi-baggers. That is breaking monthly range after consolidation. So it means that last 4 to 5 years the stock has been consolidating in a particular level. Like if you remember Reliance, it was consolidating from 2013 to 2016-17 at a particular level, 500, 300, 500, 300. And once the breakout came, straight away one from 500 Reliance went till 1,000, 1,500, and now it's much higher, right? So that is one pattern. I'll be showing you two, three practical examples where these patterns have worked even in the recent times of March 2020, right? And of course, the practical stock I'll be showing you. The fourth thing is the trend. So trend of a stock should be bullish. It means it should be making higher highs and higher lows. So this is a very, very important thing which I again track. Again, you should not buy stocks which are in a downtrend. Again, a lot of people always try and buy stocks which are at 52-week lows, but I always try to buy stocks which are making new highs, which are making new 52-week highs, because these are the ones where the money is getting chased, where the big money is chasing those stocks, right? And contra picks are of course there, but usually 90% of those stocks only create wealth which are hitting new highs compared to those stocks which are hitting new lows, right? So the trend of the stock should be bullish. It means it should be making higher highs and higher lows. Okay. And the fifth thing which I follow is weekly and monthly RSI should be greater than 55. Okay. So RSI is a strength indicator. It shows the strength in the price action of the stock, right? So if it's above 55, means it's in a bullish zone and means the stock is having strength, and it confirms me, it gives me conviction that no, the stock which I'm choosing is very, very important. Okay. So what I can assure you is if you are following all these criteria, at least you won't invest in a stock which would make your money zero. Of course, maybe even after all this cleaning, a stock may come which where you can book a loss of maybe 10-20% and exit, but at least you won't invest in stocks where your portfolio will become zero, or maybe your investment will become zero, right? So these are the few 5 criteria which I use before I pick a stock for long term. Okay, and just let me show you a stock which we have been researching very recently. Okay, so this is the stock which is Tata Chemicals. Okay, so I'll just switch between the PPT and the stock. Okay, the stock is hitting, the first criteria is hitting new 52-week highs, right? Is the stock doing that? Just a quick yes in the chat box. So this is a weekly chart of Tata Chemicals. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see the chart. Yes, perfect. So the stock is hitting new 52-week highs. It has recently this week only it has made a new 52-week high, right? So this stock comes to my radar. Okay, this is the first thing which I see. So the stock is hit new 50. In fact, it's hit an all-time high. It's not a 52-week high, it's an all-time high. That's also very, very good, right? The first thing done. Second thing is above 200 days weekly exponential moving average. Okay, so this is a free website I'm showing you, tradingview.com. You can easily go over there and you can just plot a 200 days weekly exponential moving average. Okay, so just go to indicators, go to moving average exponential. Okay, just type over there moving average exponential. You'll get this. Okay, and just then go to the settings and just change it to 200. So this is the 200 days weekly exponential moving average, right? So the price should not be below this. If the price is below this, I will never buy a stock for long term, right? Even this can be your exit criteria. Okay, like suppose I've bought like just for a I'm just giving an example that suppose if I bought the stock, I would exit if this the closing of the price comes below this weekly exponential moving average, right? So this can be your exit criteria, as well as you should not buy any stock which is below this. And trust me, it would help you to extinguish or maybe delete some stocks from your portfolio and maybe buy some stocks which are doing good, right? And this you can do this exercise right away after my presentation on your portfolio, right? Okay, so third is breaking monthly range after consolidation. This is very, very important. I'll just show you 2 to 3 examples where the stocks have rallied madly once this has happened. So of course, if you see, if I go to the monthly charts, or even if I see the weekly charts also, Tata Chemicals has been consolidating in a particular range, right? It has not given any returns for the past few years. It was there in a particular range from 200 to 300, right? No returns from 2017 to 2020. So these are the stocks which have maybe tested patience for the investors, and now they are breaking out, right? So they are stocks which are breaking out from a monthly or a weekly consolidations of stocks which are likely to do very good, right? Okay, now the fourth one. Trend is bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. So of course, this stock is making new highs, higher highs, and higher lows, right? The lows are getting higher and the highs are also getting higher, right? So this means that the trend of the stock is highly bullish. Okay, got it? If you have any doubts, you can just write in the chat box as well. And the weekly and monthly RSI should be greater than 55. So this is the RSI. The same way you can plot a RSI also on the charts, right? Just type RSI, so relative strength index. This is the indicator, okay? And you can see for Tata Chemicals that the RSI is how much? It's, I think, around 70, right? So that's a very, very bullish sign for me that the RSI is very strong, okay? The website is tradingview.com, okay? Tradingview.com, okay? And if I see the monthly RSI also, it's also above 55, which gives me more conviction that the stock can do very well in the coming months, right? Again, this is not a recommendation. This is just an example which I've showed you so that you can study, and this is something which is very practical. So just let me show you one stock which we had bought during the COVID times just by following all these criteria. R3 Drugs, okay? So it was consolidating for the last so many years, from 2015 to 2020, right? Long consolidation at a particular level of 200 and 100. Pure range bound tha. Last 5 years, it was totally range bound. The breakout came. It broke the consolidation, right? It broke this consolidation, right? Yahan pe isne breakout diya. The price was above weekly 200 moving average. The RSI has crossed 60, right? And the stock was making higher highs and higher lows. And you can see from April 2020, it was 200 rupees. And this stock has made a high of around 1,000, right? So just by following the same criteria, which I have showed you right now, okay? So this is not something which is very hard to practice. This is something which is very practical. And this is something which you can do it for your portfolio and maybe for searching new stocks which are there. And I'm very happy to share this, that like our students have identified these patterns in a lot of stocks, and they've made very good money in terms of just by following these rules. Because again, this rule is very, very important for you to follow, okay? And of course, I'll also add onto the fundamental parameters on this, right? Because fundamental parameters are very, very important for you to also learn, okay? Clear? So same way, if I just, because Reliance is one of the stocks which everyone likes, I'll just show you an example of Reliance as well. So if I go to the monthly chart, see how much Reliance had consolidated before giving the breakout, right? See, it was a consolidation of 2008 till 2016. No returns Reliance gave. It was just testing patience for all the investors, right? Once the breakout came above 200 days, weekly moving average, right? Above 200 days weekly moving average, stock making higher highs and higher lows, RSI above 60, just see the rally in that, right? So this is something which of course requires a lot of practice, a lot of dedication, of course, but one can do it if you have the right mindset, and of course you have to do your hard work in finding these stocks, okay? Okay, perfect. RVC, okay, so RSI above 70 is overbought, but I don't follow that approach because that is followed by everyone, okay? And RSI above 70, I feel it's very strong for a stock. Of course, once the RSI is reversing and coming below 60, that is the time we should exit. Of course, that's a whole together a different topic, which requires a lot of time. So let's come to fundamental analysis, okay? And I'll take the questions a little bit at the end because I want to cover the whole presentation, right? So for fundamentals, because as I told you, it's a Techno-funda approach. So the first thing which you should, which is very, very important, which I follow is, you should understand what the company is doing. Problem क्या होता है, हम लोग बहुत बार companies को ले लेते हैं, हमें पता ही नहीं है वो क्या कर रहा है. What is the business model? What is the company doing? Etc. Etc. So you should never invest in a company where you don't know what the company is doing or where you cannot understand, right? जैसे बहुत जन मुझे बोलते हैं API business is very good, ये Devesh Labs is doing very good, right? But understanding Devesh Labs business model is very difficult for me. So technically मैं उसको buy कर सकता हूँ, but fundamentally I only like to buy those businesses like Nestle. I understand it is making Maggi, it is selling Kit Kat, and it is doing very good, right? I can understand ITC, I can understand Maruti, I can understand Colgate, I can understand Reliance, right? Jio, their Reliance retail is there. So always buy only those companies which you can understand, having sectorial tailwinds, right? So what is sectorial tailwinds? Tailwinds is the like that sector is going to benefit with the economical changes and maybe the sector is going to do good in the next few years, like for example, telecom, right? So the tariff rate hikes are going to come in the coming years in 2021, right? Where earlier, if you before Jio came, we used to pay a lot of money for our recharges, right? So this would be a sectorial tailwind for the telecom sector. Like same way in chemicals, the China import has been banned, and a lot of Atmanirbhar Bharat has been promoted by our PM, right? So sectorial tailwinds are there in the chemical sector, right? Second is ROE and ROCE should be greater than 15%, and there should be positive operating cash flow. Very important. This because ROE and ROCE shows the efficiency of the company, return on equity and return of capital employed should be greater than 15%. And the company should have positive operating cash flow. Very important for a company, because अगर company cash generate नहीं कर रहा, company sales कर रहा है but cash generate नहीं कर रहा है, like what we tell in धंधे में अगर cash नहीं है तो फिर धंधा अच्छा नहीं, right? So the company should have a positive operating cash flow. This is very, very important. And all this data is readily available. मैं कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं दिखा रहा हूँ जो आपको readily available नहीं होगा. And you can just go and straight away apply this maybe in your portfolio, maybe in a client's portfolio, right? Third thing is debt to equity should be less than 1 and nil promoters pledge. Very important, because debt to equity अगर less than 1 means the company is not having higher debt. तो अगर कुछ भी जैसे कोविड लाइक सिचुएशन में those companies were lot of affected जहां debt to equity more than 1 था, 2, 3 था, right? Because debt का आपको interest pay करना पड़ेगा, there's an extra burden, right? Whereas a debt free, I usually prefer a debt free company, but अगर debt to equity less than 1 है तो that वो भी चलता है, right? And promoters pledge should not win, because if the promoters start pledging their stock, it's never a good sign for any company, right? So it's very important that a promoter's pledge should be 0. और बहुत minor हो, that is fine, but I usually prefer that promoters अपना जो holdings of pledge नहीं करें, right? Fourth is the promoters history and shareholding pattern. Very important, because promoters का आपको थोड़ा knowledge नहीं है, because the promoters are the people who drive the company. वही company में sales grow करेंगे, वही profit grow करेंगे, वही ROE grow करेंगे, वो सब कुछ grow करेंगे, right? So you should always study little bit about the promoters कि उनका history कैसा है, क्या उन्होंने पहले पैसा कमा के दिया है या नहीं, right? Like why do we like Tata stocks, or why do we like stocks of HDFC group? Because उन्होंने पहले भी आपको पैसा कमा के दिया है, right? The HDFC group has been a wealth creator. तो अभी HDFC का जैसे HDFC Financial Services का IPO आने वाला है, तो उसका पहले से इतना डिमांड है मार्केट में. Why? Because people know that this group is a group which is a very clean group and which has created wealth for you in the historical. तो वो future में भी करेंगे, right? And the shareholding pattern analysis again, which is very important, which I'll just show you also with an example, that agar the promoter holding and the FIs holding are continuously increasing in a stock, so that is a very good thing. And if you're investing in such stocks, तो आपको हमेशा पैसा बनेगा. And always exit from those stocks jahan public holdings are increasing and promoters and FIs or maybe DIs are exiting or maybe reducing their stake. Like if I'll show you that example also, the example of Yes Bank, where we had so many early signs that FIs and promoters were exiting, and हम लोग वो सारा माल जा रहा था retailers को, and retailers continuously increasing holdings, and today we know what has happened, right? And the fifth point is, if you actually want to understand the business model, you actually want to go in depth, because once you're investing in a company, you're becoming a shareholder, you're becoming the owner of the company. So if you're not understanding की company के क्या guidance है, like on calls attend करने से हमें पता चलता है what is the promoter planning, उनके क्या आने वाले साल के क्या guidance है, कितना sales grow करेंगे, क्या उनके future expansion plans है, and reading annual reports जहाँ आपको बहुत कुछ समझ में आता है कि what the company is doing, क्या further expansion है, क्या capex करने वाले हैं, नहीं करने वाले, right? So this is something which is very important, which you should do as a regular exercise for those stocks which you are planning to invest and for those stocks which you have already invested. दोनों के लिए करना है, ऐसा नहीं है कि जिसमें इन्वेस्ट किया उसको नहीं, उसको तो और ज्यादा अच्छे से अटेंड करने कॉन कॉल्स which happens just after the numbers of the companies come, right? So these are the few things which definitely we should you all track. Okay, अब हम लोग वापस practicals में चलते हैं. Okay, so I'll just show you through an example of so this is the Stockage website which I'm using. This is something which I use prominently, where the data is readily available. Okay, the first thing is, of course, हमारा पहला thing, the companies which you can understand having sectorial tailwinds. Tata Chemicals का business अगर आप थोड़ा सा भी पढ़ोगे तो आपको easily समझ में आ जाएगा ये chemicals industry पे है, and this is a company from 1993 which is manufacturing soda ash, which is used for manufacturing glass, soaps and detergent. Okay, so इसका आप brief history पढ़ सकते हैं, and you can understand what the company is doing. And of course this thing, sectorial tailwinds are definitely there because chemical sectors में काफी India में जो India based companies are which are doing very good and which will be continue to do good because of the Atmanirbhar Bharat program which is there, right? Second is ROE and ROC should be greater than 15% positive operating cash flow, right? Let's see how much is the ROE and ROC for the stock. So the return ratios, okay, perfect, amazing, 57. So this is the ROE which has grown exponentially in this in the last 1 year, right? This is amazing, and ROC is also 39, which is also very good. Okay, again, this is no recommendation. I'm just showing you a practical example so that you can understand from that. Positive operating cash flow, right? So let's see the cash flows. So the cash flows are healthy, it's positive, and it has increased YOY also 1780, right? So this is the operating. Don't see the total one. Of course, total is also positive, but the operating, the operations se cash flow that should be positive, right? That is positive. Okay. Debt to equity less than 1 and nil promoter pledge. So debt to equity kitna hai? Let's check. So if I click on the solvency ratios, the debt to equity I think is less than 1. It's 0.58, and it is more or less constantly coming down only, right? वो नीचे ही आ रहा है. Okay, so debt to equity is less than 1. Perfect. And the promoter pledge should be nil. Of course, promoter pledge nil hai, right? So let's go to the share. Yeah, so shareholding pattern, once we go, the promoter pledge is totally nil. Okay. Now the fourth point, promoters history, of course, इसमें कुछ doubt ही नहीं है. The Tata Chemicals means Tata Group. Their history is amazing. They have created wealth. Of course, a few of the stocks have underperformed, but usually they try to create wealth for their shareholders like TCS. Okay. My screen is not visible. I think it's visible to everyone.
Yes, visible.
Perfect. So of course, and if we see the shareholding analysis, right? The promoters have continuously increased the stake from quarter to quarter. See, 2019 September 30%, 31, 34, 34, 35. Continuously the promoters have increased their holdings, and this shows that the promoters have conviction in their own stock, right? Of course, the DIs are constant, FIs have increased, decreased, right? But this shows me a lot of confidence. If the Tata Group itself is increasing the stake in the company, means they have a lot of confidence in the stock, right? So this is there. And of course, the last part is the reading annual reports and attending con calls. So of course, that you should do once you understand what the company is doing, and you should understand what the company is guiding, because the market is the future analysis, right? It's not analyzing the present, it's analyzing the future. So if you don't analyze what is going to happen in the future, it would be very difficult, right? So this was on the Techno-funda approach. These are the few rules which I urge everyone to follow for creating wealth. Of course, this by following this Techno-funda analysis, you can help. It can help you a lot in finding, of course, not entering stocks which are wealth destroyers. And in turn, if you do a little bit of hard work, little bit of your own analysis, and the best part is you don't have to depend on anyone else. So if you follow all these criteria which I've told you in the Techno-funda approach, I don't think you have to consult any analyst, anyone for buying a stock, because आपको कोई भी अगर कोई stock आपको कोई भी आज XYZ stock buy करने के लिए बोले, you just follow these 10 criteria. That's it. If they are matching these 10 criteria, you should definitely go for a long term. I'm not talking about trading. You can definitely go and buy that stock, of course. And if it's not matching these criteria, even if it's not matching 3 or 4 of them, please think 10 times before entering that stock, because it may have some, of course, 1 or 2 criteria may not match. It can be an exception, but if they are not matching all the criteria, it would be very difficult for you to create wealth. Okay. So 5 rules for this creating wealth: save at least 10% of your income, invest your money to multiply, because if you're not investing, your money won't be multiplied. don't fall for getting rich quick scam. So this is very important. सबके सबसे ज़्यादा सबको एक रहता है कि I want to get rich very quick, but you should not fall for these scams because इसमें 90% of the people lose money. Only few of them which have a lot of expertise, lot of knowledge, lot of experience. Keep learning daily. So this is our tagline, which is there: keep learning and keep sharing. So it is very important. You should keep upgrading your learning, your knowledge, because you cannot be an expert any day. I myself also don't call me an expert because I also keep learning, keep reading every day. And the fifth rule is diversify your portfolio, which Kanak tells us, of course, every time that it's you should always manage your asset classes and you should diversify it in different ones. Okay. These are the few rules which I followed for making an ideal portfolio. I think we are running out of time maybe, so I'll just maybe you can just click the photo. These are the rules which I follow for making the portfolio, for diversifying all the things. And this we teach also in our classes, how to make your portfolio through Techno-funda approach. Okay. And these are the few quotes which I like a lot. This one is from Jim Rohn, that formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Very, very important, because you should have your own self-education. I don't believe in degrees. I believe in people who want to do hard work, who want to increase their knowledge, and who want to become an entrepreneur in terms of getting knowledge and in terms of increasing their business. Okay. So your self-education is more important than anything else. And trust me, in markets, there's nothing which is called that you have to trust on anyone else. You have to trust on me. You can do your own analysis. You can do your own parameters. You can build your own parameters. This is nothing which this is very, very tough, but this is something which is very, very important. Okay. This quote I like a lot, when Jeff Bezos met Warren Buffett. Warren, why are you investing? Strategy so simple. So why don't everyone copy you? But this is a very humble answer by him, because nobody wants to get rich slow. Again, it's a tedious process. It's not a very it's not getting rich or getting wealthy is not a very quick process. It will take your test your patience. You'll have years like 2020 where your portfolios will go down as well. So yeah, you need to be calm. You need to be patient, and you should follow your analysis. And if you have conviction, like of course our stocks also fell in this pandemic, but अगर आपको conviction है, ये जो insights है बहुत सारे मैंने, of course pandemic के through I've learned a lot of things that this insights should be followed for buying a stock for long term. And trust me, once you follow this process, आपको वो conviction रहेगा, even if the stock price is falling due to XYZ reason or due to the fall in markets, you won't lose conviction and patience, and don't sell off the stock, जो बहुत जनों ने किया March में and April में. A lot of people sold off their stocks and big losses, and now they're crying that वो stocks मेरे price से ऊपर आ गए, buying price, right? So ये conviction आना बहुत जरूरी है. So that's all from me. Thank you so much. You can contact me on this number or maybe mail me if you have any questions, any doubts. This is the tagline we use: keep learning, keep sharing, and keep growing your knowledge, because knowledge is power. And keep sharing the knowledge as well. As Kanak has created this platform to do it. Even we do it every Sunday, and I love to talk to people, and I love to learn from you all as well. Thank you so much. I hope you all like the presentation, and I could add value to your knowledge, because that is the main motive. Because if I'm not able to add value to your knowledge, then this time which you are given me is not worth it. Thank you so much again.
Yes, thank you so much, Yash. That was awesome as usual, as ever, whenever you have presented. So that really made a lot of sense, and I really encourage everyone. Now, so this is a very nice. All those people who are there as a part of Financial Freedom Fraternity will be doing well, and I am thinking the major AUM of our country in the coming days will be managed by Financial Freedom Fraternity and volatility coaches for sure. So again, because the learning is something which is continuously happening, and you continue to learn wherever you are, whatever you are doing, that will really make a lot of difference. So with these, like, we again thank all our speakers today. And there is this certificate, which is
asking for my number, so I've just written it on the chat box.
Sure.
And of course, I'm available anytime.
So thank you very much, Shrikanth Matrubai, for being a part of the 21-week program. powered by Tatwa Talk, Business Line, and all the IFA associations and Volatility Coaches of India. Thank you, Sagar, for your insights and beautiful talk. Thank you, Devesh. Thank you, Naresh. Thank you, Harish. And thank you, Yash. Okay, so all of you, and special thanks to our business line, Tatwa Talk, and all the IFA associations associated. We are also running something which is very, very special. And for last few episodes, we were not giving any letters. Now, all of you, if this is the letter, and these are the letters, if they are all there in your names, okay, and if you have striked off at least 5 out of them, please connect with Nishant. You can claim a business line 6 months subscription voucher worth rupees 699, I think. This is a gift from business line to us. So this is again something which we are playing. So you can just make a note of these letters. If these letters, if any of the 5 letters, okay, R stands for today for retirement for all our speakers. So RYIFPVCALG. So either of these letters, if you have this in your name, please do claim it and tell it to Nishant. He will be able to help you all. And next week again is very, very special because we will be talking about HNIs. Okay, only and only HNIs. So all the high net worth individuals, how actually you can manage them, how these people are managed. So again, so next week we have speakers, Nikhil Nayak, Babu Krishnamurthy, and Ramakrishna, and also Ayappan. So they are our speakers. So again, it will be really interesting again. So to be a part and just enjoy the session and see how things are actually working. So I'll request everyone to attend all the sessions every Saturday as they are happening. So, and in the meantime, if any question or anything is there, you all can write it in the chat box or you can raise a hand. You can just ask. I will have this options of unmuting, allowing everyone to unmute yourself. Speakers are there. Shrikanth, Sagar, Naresh, Devesh, Yash, Harish, all of them are there. So all 6 of them, I have pinned them. So they are there to answer all your queries. Anything if you have, you can just ask them by unmuting yourself on your own. Thank you very much for